Welcome back to the DA Wrestling Podcast. It's your boys Andrew and
Beat me to
Doug. I did, yeah. But we're back. It's Monday night. We just finished watching the Go Home Raw episode for WrestleMania this
Oh
weekend.
yeah, maybe it's
Uh,
gonna be good.
Coming Wednesday afternoon, possibly Wednesday night.
Probably Wednesday night.
Probably Wednesday night.
Probably
Cool.
Wednesday night.
We're gonna have our WrestleMania preview. It's just gonna be us breaking down the entire card, start to finish, both nights, and we
Predicting.
and we may even go over Stand and Deliver.
May. Yeah, it's a big
Maybe.
May. It's a big May.
Maybe.
It's a
But
maybe.
yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed their Easter weekend.
Oh, me too.
Um, and yeah, let's throw it over to Andrew. What's going on, buddy?
Whoa, what's going on? I mean, it's Monday. It's a go home show for Raw. WrestleMania's in like 5 days away, as The Rock said, and it's exciting.
And you've
It's
been up for 18 hours.
something like that. Yeah, since 5 in the morning.
Yep. 18 hours.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is. Every Monday's the same thing. But I was good for the most part. I mean, it was really just a whole episode of just like pushing the two main events.
It was the final sell for the big matches on Raw.
Yeah, I don't think it really. I mean, they pushed it more because they that's what the main focus is. It's the biggest story going into WrestleMania, so that's to be expected. But we had a lot of good matches in between there too. I'm gonna get to a few of them.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Um,
Just right off the top, I want to say if wrestling logic has taught me anything,
oh, logic.
if
Throw out the
wrestling
window sometimes.
if wrestling logic has taught me anything, Seth and Cody are winning that tag match.
Yeah,
Did you get a chance to Did you get a chance to watch the Roman Reigns biography?
I have not had a chance to watch it yet, but I hear it's 2 hours of awesomeness.
I watched it this morning on A&E's website.
Okay, yeah.
I actually got up early to watch it, and I watched it before I went to work.
Oh, nice. Really, that's
Um,
that's early.
well, no, I started it at like 7:30, and it was done by like 9 o'clock, and then my wife drove me to work. So,
Oh, okay, fair enough.
um, but yeah, honestly, this is about what you would expect. Like, uh, they actually really put a strong connection to Roman and his brother Matt,
Yeah.
uh,
Or
form formerly
Rosie.
Rosie, who passed away in 2017. Um,
Vasti de Santos Amen.
yep. Uh, they even played a message that WWE didn't interview with him in 2017, I believe.
Okay.
But they played it for Roman.
Hmm.
And what I actually really appreciated right at the beginning of the documentary, at
Yeah.
first the bottom label said Roman Reigns WWE superstar,
Yeah.
and then they did like a screen transition,
Yeah.
and then it said Joe Anawai WWE superstar Roman Reigns on the bottom. So like to differentiate the two, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. The only other time they've ever Roman has ever referred to himself as Joe was when he was going away for leukemia.
Leukemia,
That was the
which
last time he.
they deal heavily on that subject.
Well, it's a big subject because you know what? It's a especially with the Leukemia Foundation. I know that he's very close to. I know I got some snippets of it. I haven't seen it, but I have heard snippets of it. Roman still takes medication because they caught it early enough where
He has
he's
to
just
take
taking
it. He has to
medication.
take it the rest of his life.
Yeah, and there's still a possibility that it will come back. From my understanding, is just a little related story. For those who don't know, because I don't mention it on here, my mother is in the hospital in palliative care for pancreatic cancer. It's kind of moved to her stomach, and it's a slow burn, thank God. But her friend who was in the bed beside her, her name is Helen, very lovely lady. She's currently going through leukemia right now, and
Right.
she's she is not doing well. It's one of
Yeah.
those diseases. It is a blood disease, from my understanding.
Hmm.
From my understanding, it's a blood disease. Unfortunately, with Roman, um, it's gonna be probably what kills him eventually, just because of blood disease and like I've seen this girl. I've seen Helen right now go through, or at least talk about how she's had transfusion after transfusion, and it's a lot. And I can understand.
Right.
I understand more so because I've seen it now with Helen. It's one thing to hear somebody like Joe and or Roman Reigns, whatever you want to call him, hear about him going through leukemia. Or you see somebody who you know is a very lovely lady, um, go through something like that. You hear from her own point of view of how she's going through 10 years. It's a horrible disease. It's a horrible disease.
Oh yeah.
And
And
there's children out there who get leukemia, and they're on it from the day they're sometimes 5 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old. They're on that stuff
yeah,
their entire
absolutely.
life. And
And
it's not a
yeah.
disease that just you can't. It's one of those diseases that you just get, and you there's no ifs and ands on how you receive it. Because if a 4 year old can get it,
Yep.
what's a 4 year old done? Explain it to me.
Exactly. And you know what? It's I mean, that's always been kind of like, I think, a very conscious cloud over Roman's career since 2018.
Yes.
Uh, Whereas like, when is the leukemia gonna take him away for good? Um,
Yeah. It's
but it sounds to me like, I mean, obviously with the money he makes as a WWE superstar, okay?
yeah,
Like he has access to the best doctors in
very true.
the world. And, I'm not
Um,
gonna go speculate on anything. Just going based off the documentary, like,
yeah.
you know, he again, he's taking this medication
Yeah.
for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
And there's that's pretty much that.
Yeah.
But what I found very there's two things. There was a clip after WrestleMania 31,
Mm,
after the match, where Paul Heyman went to Roman,
yeah.
and that was like the first time where someone like really validated Roman because he hung in there with Brock.
Yeah.
And he's like, nobody carried you, Joe.
Yeah.
And like that was really cool to see. But you know how this motherfucker, okay, this is Roman Reigns storytelling 101.
Okay.
Okay. You want to know how this motherfucker ended this biography?
Well,
He said that you better enjoy this while I'm here, because if I lose once I lose the title, I'm gone. And they brought this up on tonight's show as well. Pat
mm,
McAfee mentioned it.
oh yes.
Uh, but yeah, uh, which
It's
I don't buy too much into that
I wouldn't buy
because
too much of that either. I think he's gone for a bit. If he does lose the
sure,
title, I think he's
but
gone for a bit for sure. Yeah.
even so, he just said on McAfee's show 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
like he's in his prime.
Yeah.
He's still got a lot to deliver.
Yeah. He's probably got another
He's got
five,
another
five, ten
five-ish,
years,
five,
five,
ten
ten years,
years,
five for sure.
especially if he works this limited schedule.
Well, he's what,
He's
4 years young,
37.
37, 38, right? He's about 4 to 5 years younger than me.
He's like,
So,
I think he was born in 85, if I'm being honest.
then he's 3 years younger than me.
Yeah.
So I make him 39.
He's 38. He'll be 39 in May.
Okay. So he's 3 years younger than me.
Right.
So he's
But what
probably
I'm
got,
saying, yeah.
he's probably 45. I figure he's probably hanging up.
Oh yeah. Easily.
Actually, we'll mention something really quickly too. Cody also came actually, he signed a multi-year
Yeah,
deal
he
as
signed
well.
a
So
multi-year deal. Yeah.
he's going to take him past his 40s, from what I understand. He said in pre-past interviews that he wants to retire at the age of 40, but this contract will take him past 40. So back to see him at least 40. To be honest,
Things
with you,
change.
and to be honest, with you, nowadays, look, 40 is not what it used to be. 40 is in the death sentence. It's not the end of your life. It's not nothing.
No, I
40
know.
now, is like a 30-year-old. There's a lot of people out there who are in their 40s who are doing amazing things, who out outdo things that kids in their 20s do. And I'm not talking boozing,
Fair
you
enough.
know. So
Um, okay, I guess while we're on the topic of random shit that happened today,
okay, well, I was gonna say let's get into Raw, but yeah, what was the random shit happening today?
last
Last
thing.
thing.
Well, two quick things. One, WWE released a playback episode on YouTube
Right?
of Randy Orton and CM Punk watching Randy Orton versus CM Punk
WrestleMania?
from WrestleMania 27.
Yes.
Um, and immediately, these two start talking about apparently an incident that happened at the Royal Rumble that year,
Yeah.
where I guess Orton was facing Miz for the title,
Yeah.
and Punk caused the finish where he hit Orton with the GTS. And apparently Orton was pissed off that he kind of clipped him a little bit with the GTS.
Oh,
And he was talking to Arn Anderson backstage. Now, apparently during this, because the Royal Rumble was right up next and
yeah.
Punk was number one,
Yeah.
Punk had to go run take a piss
Mhm.
before the match. But as he's running back down the hallway, he could see Randy Orton talking to Arn Anderson.
Oh, Jesus.
And he's like, if you got something to say, motherfucker, like I'm right here. And Orton's like, well, I kind of wish you didn't walk right around the corner as I was burying you. But I mean, you could tell they're super cool now. And they were just chatting about like that time period and their philosophies and stuff like that.
Both guys at that time period were both very different than what they are now. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
if you haven't changed, like Triple H said it, so historically said it, if you haven't changed in 10 years, there's something wrong with you.
Right. And, which kind of segues into the other thing I wanted to
Yeah.
talk about. Ariel Helwani
Yeah.
on the MMA Hour today
Yes. With Rhea
had
Ripley.
with Rhea Ripley, but also with Mr. CM Punk.
Oh, he was on, oh, that's right. I heard something like he was supposed to be on there too.
So the biggest thing to come out of this is Punk
Yeah.
actually spoke for the first time what happened at All In last summer.
Oh, interesting.
Long story short, Jack Perry was giving people issues on Collision. Tony Schiavone asked Punk to go talk to him. Punk talked to him. Perry was like, okay, no problem. Then they got to the pay-per-view, and then Perry did that thing. And then when Perry got back, Punk asked if it was directed at him. And he said, of course it is. If you want to do something about it, I'm right here. Now, the way the story was originally told is Punk fucking gave him a two-piece and a soda.
Yeah.
No, apparently he didn't punch him, but he did choke him a bit. And then Samoa Joe told him to stop, so he did. And then he looked at Tony Khan and said, you're a clown, I quit. That's how that all unfolded, at least from Punk's perspective.
To be
Remember,
honest, to be
remember what
honest,
I always say.
yeah.
There's three sides to every story.
Yeah, apparently Jack Perry's not welcomed by Tony Khan. Right? Tony Khan's really pissed at him, from what I understand. But whatever.
Side A, side B, and the truth is somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, fair enough. Anyway, like our contact, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe down below, everybody. I know this wasn't the roster that we thought we were gonna have, but we kind of trickled off for a little bit. So that kind of happens. Sorry. But make sure you like, share, and subscribe down below. Trust me, down below. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, show was up on Raw with The Rock coming on out with that bitchin' music. And
A
have
bitchin' remix.
Yep. And basically rips apart Cody Rhodes for a little bit and then mentions how it hurt him a little bit because some of the young children in the crowd who are Cody fans really, really didn't like it very much.
And then Uncle Rock drops some gospel.
And Uncle Rock dropped some gospel.
Sometimes a man's got to do
what
what
a
a man's
man's
got to
gotta
do.
do. Jesus Christ.
Yep. Sometimes in life.
Sometimes life you gotta do. And you know what, to be honest with you folks, he's not really wrong. I mean,
Like
Jesus.
that's probably the title of tonight's episode is sometimes in
Sometimes
life.
sometimes in life you gotta do what you gotta do.
Oh, I'm just gonna say sometimes in life.
Sometimes I'm like,
The Rock is a walking soundbite. He always has
yes.
been.
And you know what? Quite frankly, he's apparently tonight that Raleigh had the largest opening gate in Brooklyn
They
for a
had
Raw.
no, not even just in Brooklyn. That was the largest
Oh yeah, Raw
domestic,
history.
the largest domestic gate they've ever had in the history of Monday Night Raw.
That's pretty impressive, considering the fact they've been on for what, 30 years?
The show's 31 years
31 years
running.
old.
Yeah, 31.
So
Like it's pretty much me.
yeah. So I
I'm a
mean,
year older than Monday Night Raw.
I think that makes me feel. Anyway,
I don't know. You
uh,
do the math.
which led out the bloodline. I'm gonna do that math right now. You kidding me? It's too late. Bloodline comes out, talks about acknowledge me, his house. Seth comes in, proceeds to come down through the crowd. Very reminiscent of the Shield.
Except nobody said shit about it when he did it on SmackDown, like
No,
literally 3 weeks ago.
yeah, which is kind of weird.
Yeah,
But
no one said shit about it.
but when Pat McAfee's there, it's a lot of fun. You
Yep.
know, uh, basically challenged The Rock to a match tonight on Raw. And if Rock didn't want to face him, he wanted to challenge Roman. None of them decided to do it. They didn't want to do
What
it.
did
They
what did I text you?
yeah, they weren't going to do that. Waste that match for wrestling for then. Yeah, I know. The nice tease though. Really nice tease. But we got Solo anyway. That was
Listen,
pretty
if
good.
this was Vince Russo era 1999 booking, oh, that match totally would have happened.
Oh, it would have been 2-on-1. 100%.
But
Uh,
continue.
This led to the pro of the match. Seth versus with Rollins versus Seth for the rest of the night. Leading towards our first match of the card, which is the New Day and DIY versus the Judgment Day, which consists of Priest, Dirty Dom, and Balor. Really good match, lots of spots, lots of fun stuff going on there.
Short.
A short match though. Judgment Day won. It's basically.
Did you hear what Michael Cole said about the ladder match?
No, I missed that part. I might be
Okay.
taking a peek.
So again, we'll get into this in our review that'll go up Wednesday night or Thursday morning.
Yeah.
But the rules of the ladder match is the match continues until both sets of titles are pulled down. That means I almost guarantee you we're walking out with two different tag team champions at WrestleMania.
Oh.
This is how they're going to split the titles, and I
It,
fucking love it.
Yeah, that's a great idea, actually. That's a really good idea because you really need to make the titles more prominent for both brands. That's actually a really good idea. Which means you're
I
probably
don't
getting
even
new
give
titles too.
I don't even give a shit about like the brands at this point. I don't.
Nobody really cares either, but I'm just saying it's because it's a fact. There's a brand. There's two brands.
Yeah, brand exclusive shit is like, nah.
Yeah, I
That
mean,
that shit that shit got old in 2004.
yeah, but it was kind of nice they did the brand separately pay-per-views. That was kind of nice.
Yeah, the brand exclusive pay-per-views were nice.
Yeah, they're kind of nice. They're pretty cool actually. Anyway, which led to Becky in the back talking to Kathy Kelly, which basically insinuates she wanted to pick a fight with Rhea Ripley.
That's because she already picked a fight with Rhea Ripley on the MMA Hour.
So after that, we got to Sami Zayn.
And
I think
Chad Gable,
actually, yeah, the Sami Zayn, Chad Gable video package.
Rocky style training montage. I
Yeah,
fucking love it.
it was really good.
Um,
Makes you
and
really think that Sami's going to win.
yeah, and with the fact that Gunther whipped his ass and he was standing tall,
Yeah,
kind of believe even more that Sammy's going to win.
yeah, if you believe that logical booking. But we've
Yes,
seen that. But we've also seen that booking before in the past with some other matches too. So,
said it before. I'll say it again. I think it's time to graduate Gunther
oh,
to
I'm not disagreeing with you.
the main event.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying we've seen that before too. They've kept the title on people,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's happened before. I mean, but
But
just to see what happens.
I've also heard they may want to keep the title on him because they're doing that European tour post Mania that they always do.
Yeah, that's true too, right?
But we'll see.
I mean, we'll see what happens there.
We're only 5 nights away.
No, Yeah, we are. A good match though between Gunther and Bronson Reed. I really wish Bronson was more on the card. It's too bad he's gonna be relegated to the Ugly Giant Memorial Battle Royal at Sunday on SmackDown.
Which is on SmackDown.
Yeah, it's a shame he's gonna be relegated to that. That sucks. But
This match was a no contest.
yeah,
Gunther dragged out Gable. Sammy came to his rescue, and then Gunther beat the living piss out of Sammy.
yeah, he beat
Uh,
the piss out of him, all right.
I guess the story they were telling is like Sammy kept getting up, and then
He did.
yeah, and then Gunther just hit him with a belt shot, and that was that. Again, I think Sammy's going over
Mm-hmm.
at WrestleMania. I do, but we'll get into that. And actually, I just wanted to bring this up now. Um, right as soon as we logged off from recording Friday night.
Right.
Remember how I told you that it would be announced next week, Damage Control and Jade and Naomi and Bianca?
Yeah, they announced it actually
They announced
that
it right
day.
after SmackDown.
Yeah, I saw the poster. I was gonna message you. I decided not to say anything because I didn't want to. I was just tired. I'll be honest, I just didn't want to message
But
you.
they also added the other one that we were talking about Friday that they were probably adding to WrestleMania,
Yeah,
but it's going to be a street fight, Final Testament versus Bobby and the Street Profits.
that's true. And there's
Sounds like a
one.
killer band name, by the way.
Yeah,
Bobby and the Street Profits.
from you know from like the 1950s.
Yeah.
Um, there was one more match we talked about too that we didn't see yet.
Mm.
Can't remember. Anyway, we'll probably if it comes back, I'll remember it. Anyway, after that, we got Maxine Dupree and Ivy Nile versus
Candace and Indy
yeah.
in a
Uh,
rematch from like 3 weeks ago when everyone
yep,
got really uncomfortable with Candice LeRae.
yeah, and oddly enough, well, the match was going pretty well, decent as the most part there. Candice was trying to cheat. Indy didn't seem to be really liking that too much, and then basically
Maxine bumped her, rolled her
Bumper.
up, schoolboy.
Yeah, what enough
The
good.
most devastating finish in all of sports entertainment.
It's the
The
most
surprise roll up.
devastating. Absolutely, it is.
The surprise roll up
A
claims
surprise
another
roll up.
victim.
Yep. What to say about this? I don't. I really feel like Candice LeRae and Carlo should have won
Neither
that.
one of them are like none of those four are on WrestleMania, so I really don't care.
No, it's kind of just a filler match to be honest with you. After that,
Ricochet
well,
and Ivar.
yeah, we got Shane Ibar. A hell of a match.
Okay, by the
If you don't
way,
like this guy's getting pushed, and I like it. It's about bloody time.
I have gushed about Ivar before
Yeah,
because anything 2011 to like 2014 Ring of Honor, I'm a huge mark for,
yeah,
and that includes Hanson,
yeah,
currently Ivar.
yeah.
Okay, and what what that man can do at his size just blows me away every single time.
Yeah.
But what blew me away even more is what Ricochet did in this fucking match.
Oh yeah.
Because I believe I texted you after I finished watching it because I was still a bit behind.
Yeah.
Ricochet is not fucking human. On top of all the aerial athletics that he does, this man fought Ivar, who's got a good 100 pounds on him,
Oh, maybe a little more than that.
possibly, but carries him across the ring, delivers a fallaway slam. Well, he couldn't do the backflip version that he usually does,
Yeah.
not with Ivar, but he
No.
did a fallaway slam and then goes to the top and delivers a 630, which we haven't seen out of Ricochet in a while because he's been using the shooting star press.
Awesome camera angle, by the way.
But he will bust out the 630 once in a while, and Ricochet is fucking rolling right now.
Yeah, he really is.
I would not be surprised if he wins the Andre Battle Royal on Friday and they start moving him up and possibly Sammy's first challenger, if not Gunther's next challenger.
Yeah, I see that. It'd be good though, because I like where Ricochet's going with this right now. They're really starting to push Ricochet almost like the way they did in NXT.
Well, they're heating him up, right?
Yeah,
And again, he is the former Intercontinental Champion.
yeah.
I understand it was like a year and a half ago,
Yeah, it's been a while.
but he was the last person to be Intercontinental Champion before Gunther.
Hmm.
Uh,
Well, I like what they're doing with Ricochet. I
and
think they're
then
doing the right way with him.
he was kind of like floating in the tag division with Braun Strowman, and then Braun Strowman's neck decided to give up on him.
I think Braun's done. To be honest with you. But I
I
mean,
mean, if his neck can't go, his neck can't go.
yeah, it's one of those injuries where like you know it's claimed a few people's livelihoods in this industry, right? And some people have come back from it, some have not. So it
We'll
depends.
see.
We'll see what
As
happens.
the, to me, honestly, I don't. I'm not particularly fond of Braun Strowman the character, but as long as the man lives a healthy life, I don't care what he does.
Fair enough. After that, we got to a really comical and nice Drew McIntyre pro vignette.
Oh,
We're
yeah, at the
at,
funeral home.
at the funeral home. It is where
I
he
don't
so
trust WWE in funeral homes.
no, but he opens up with look in my eyes. What do you see? The starting words of In Living Colors, cult of personality.
Hmm.
Just goes into a CM Punk rant and then moves towards Seth Rollins. So I'm wondering if right now, if come that match on Sunday, if Punk's
I'm,
going to
I'm putting you on
manipulate
the
something in
spot.
there. Sure.
Do we see the return of Broken Dreams at WrestleMania?
No.
Okay.
No. I could be wrong.
I hope we do.
I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. It happens. Can't be right all the time. Can't read all the time either.
Well, I mean, then you'd be me.
You're not always right at all. You're right maybe 50% of the time.
I think I'm right all the time.
You think you do, then I prove you wrong, and you get all quiet. Oh, you mean this? No, no, no. Anyway, after that, Becky comes to the ring, right? Before that, though, right? The Judgment Day's in the back with Legado El Fantasma. They're not very happy that Legado is there with Dominic, but they want to get rid of Ricochet, the Ricochet problem. They bring in Andrade. So it looks like maybe next week,
No, no,
possibly
they're doing it. They're doing it. They want
SmackDown, right?
Andrade. They want Andrade to take Ricochet out of the
Oh,
Battle Royal.
okay. So
And
we'll,
Dom said he would make him a full-fledged member of Judgment Day, and Rhea shut that shit down real quick.
yeah. So it looks like I don't know how I feel right now, but the Andrade, like where they're doing with Andrade, I kind of like the whole hitman for hire kind of shit.
Hmm.
But there's something else going on that makes this very interesting.
I love continuity though,
Yeah,
because when Andrade was introduced to Santos and Legado,
because I remember you.
Andrade was like, "Yeah, I remember you, and I remember you too, motherfucker."
Yeah.
because
So
because I believe Angel and Umberto used to roll with Andrade
um,
or
I
Santos and Umberto.
Umberto, I don't think it was, but um, Angel Garza did back in the pandemic era.
Yeah, rolling into the
Yeah,
pandemic.
yeah,
Like
right before he got sent away. Uh,
I remember
with Selena Vega.
Mania, yeah.
Yeah,
And then Austin Theory somehow ended up in that group.
yeah, I don't. It's stupid.
Yo, early pandemic is a whirlwind.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird shit going on that time, but a lot of good stuff happened too.
Hmm.
Just very few and far between. Anyway, after that, so Becky Lynch goes down, starts cutting a promo, right? Pierce cuts that shit from the neck. Says, I'm not gonna have this stuff going on here. We're days away from WrestleMania. This isn't happening. Well, mommy had different plans.
Well, I mean, also, I mean, anytime Adam Pierce says it's not happening tonight,
It always happens.
it always happens.
Yeah. Mommy came out.
I feel like despite being the authority figure on Raw, nobody respects Adam Pierce.
No, he really wanted to act like he is.
Uh,
Uh,
but yeah, basically they brawl again. Kathy Kelly interviews Seth on his way to the ring. And again, this was our weekly, cool, I haven't seen that before,
yeah,
camera moment of the week.
yeah.
where Kathy Kelly is interviewing Seth. Seth said something along the lines of, "If you don't know me very well, I always have a plan B,"
Very true.
which good callback.
Yeah.
I love it.
And
His music hits.
hold on. Before that, though, we did have a little prompt match before that, a little throwaway match, which was Tegan Knox, Baszler, and Stark versus Damage Control.
Damage Control won. Who
Yes,
cares?
it was a throwaway match. So I want to be honest, know that was there. So in case people have Damage Control fans out there who wanted to see that. But anyway, on to the main event.
Yeah. So Seth has the camera follow him all the way through Gorilla and on the way out. And by the way, also, don't think we forgot that Jey Uso also told Seth he'd have his back, but Jey Uso also, invited Lil Wayne to WrestleMania, and I guess Lil Wayne's performing at WrestleMania.
I guess so.
He
I
said
mean,
he said something about dropping a new single at WrestleMania.
yeah, I like Lil Wayne. He's jokes.
I love Lil Wayne.
He's jokes.
His
And
old stuff, his
he's
old
just a
stuff's awesome.
he's just like a really like humble dude. And just like he's just really nice about a
Mm-hmm.
lot of things.
And
Doesn't
super intelligent.
Yeah, doesn't really give a damn either. Like who you are. Like if he likes you, he likes you for who you are. He doesn't give a damn what. He's like the one guy out there. Like I remember like watching the thing about. It, he was like, I don't understand. I don't know what they're fucking. I don't know what you guys talking about racism. Because I've never seen it. He's like one of the
Mm-hmm.
nicest guys out. Like he's a really nice, down to earth dude, and a Packer fan. Because he's from New Orleans and he's a Packer fan. It's kind of funny. But anyway,
I mean, I'm from Toronto, and I'm a
well,
Chicago Blackhawks fan.
yeah, but in Canada it's a little different.
No, it's not.
It's a little.
I live in Toronto. I live in the Toronto area, and I'm an LA Chargers fan.
Do we have an
Figure,
NFL team?
well, yours is
Do we have
yours is
an? Mine's in the southern part of the U.S.
yours is even further away than mine is.
Yeah,
Uh, maybe equal.
maybe equal. Yeah. So I mean, a Cowboys fan. I mean, I can't stand the fucking Bills.
See, as much as we miss the playoffs every year, at least we don't let the fan base down by choking in the playoffs every year.
Just so you know, only delusional Cowboy fans are like that. I know my team is stinks at times. I'm more realistic about it than anybody, and you know,
As long as you
and you
understand, you ain't getting it done with Dak.
and you're well aware that I do.
I know. As long as you
Yeah.
understand, you're not getting it done with Dak.
I'm much understand something too. We're not going to get down with anybody as long as Jerry Jones is in charge.
That too.
So keep that in mind. It don't
On to the
matter who
main
the
event.
quarterback is. I know the main event. Seth comes out, Soul comes out.
We had tables and chairs and stairs. Oh my.
Mine.
Um,
Bloodline rules match, everybody.
which was actually just like a straight up street fight
Basically,
until
yeah.
Seth powerbombs Solo through. Every time I see Seth slide off of a big guy to go deliver a sunset flip powerbomb,
You're worried
I,
about that knee, aren't you?
yeah, it's always in the back of my mind ever since I saw him blow at his knee the first time 10 years ago.
Against Kane.
Yeah.
On Europe.
But anyways, powerbomb to Solo. This was Seth's first match on TV, by the way, since he wrestled Jinder Mahal for the or the World Heavyweight title January the 17th, I
Oh,
think.
that's when they had the slight twist of
That's
the knee or the mildly
that's when he
torn.
hurt his knee. Yeah.
Yeah. And knee looks pretty decent, or they're really covering up really well.
But anyways, really good. Like he powerbomb Solo. Uh I'm surprised because it was anything goes. Like they didn't make Solo pin Seth after the beatdown.
No.
I'm like, what are you fuckers doing?
Yeah.
Like, are we just going to leave this at a no contest? By the way, Solo has still not won a singles match since defeating John Cena at Crown Jewel.
He's just an enforcer. I think once this stuff ends with whatever happens after Mania, I think you might see Solo go on actual have regular matches.
I don't know.
After.
But I'll say this. It's like Seth hits the stomp, Jimmy comes down, super kick, but Jay comes down, meets Jimmy in the ramp, they brawled to the back only for Jay to get tossed back out by the Rock.
Yeah.
Rock throws Jimmy or Jay back in behind.
Yeah. And proceeds to walk his way down.
Corners Seth, but then Seth lets out a smile because we all know what was coming next.
Yeah.
Here comes Cody Rhodes, like a ball of fire, and right as they're about to put him through an announce table,
Cool.
Roman Reigns was apparently hiding under the ring, who said he was leaving to go write Paul Heyman's induction speech.
Well, I guess we know who's inducted Paul Heyman.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they revealed that right after that segment.
Yeah.
But yeah, that proceeded to become a 5-minute absolute shit kicking that the Rock and Roman put on Cody and Seth.
No, he whipped them like government mules. It's vicious. That's horrible looking. It's like Jesus.
Anyways, Rock and Roman stand tall. Yeah. I love how the broadcast cut Michael Cole off.
Yeah.
It almost felt like a cutscene from one of those old WWE games that had really good storylines in them.
Very true.
Because he said, if this is any indication, Seth and Cody need to win Saturday, because if they don't, as Rock whips Cody again, and then it fades to black.
Yeah.
I love that little cliffhanger. Those little details in production.
We're looking Saturday and Sunday are looking mighty fantastic right now. I'm looking forward to both days of WrestleMania. Thank God I am off from them. Thank God I can watch it at home. Looks like it sounds like it's going to be a beer and pizza weekend for Andrew. First time in a while. Actually, just the NFL playoffs. Beer and pizza weekend for Andrew. So,
I'm gonna have my nephew over Saturday for WrestleMania.
So just pizza.
If you don't think I'm at least not smoking a joint, like, you're crazy.
Well, you shouldn't be doing that in front of your nephew.
I don't do it in front of my nephew.
Bad parenting.
I don't do it in front of
Shame on you. Shush, 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 shush.
I don't do it in front of my nephew. I will go outside away from my nephew, smoke a joint, and then
Wait, do you just say like I take a dump and go to the bathroom for like 20 minutes and
he knows I smoke cigarettes anyway. So
okay, fair enough.
I just tell him go for a smoke.
Go for a smoke.
But he's also a teenager, so it's not like he's a fucking idiot.
Well, he could be.
No, he's not though. He's a very, very smart kid.
That's what we all say. That's what we say about all kids, and they try to be stupid. I'm kidding.
We're not allowed to call them stupid till they're at least 18.
You can't call them the other thing anymore either. Anyway.
Wow.
Anyway.
Is that how we're ending this?
I guess so. Let's take us home, Doug's.
Yeah, I don't think there's coming back from that for you, buddy.
Oh, I definitely come back from that. But anyway, let's take us on home.
On that note, thank you all for listening. If we haven't already, we are extremely close to 900. We just hit 900 downloads today. Thank you very much for the support. This is going to be a nice big week for us. Tune in later this week for our WrestleMania preview. We will have a show up Friday night, I guess, for SmackDown, although not much is going on that show.
Well, we're gonna do something for SmackDown. I'm sure it'll be an interesting episode.
Not really. It's just the Andre Battle Royal. Everyone else is in Philly.
Where's SmackDown be taking place then?
Oh, SmackDown's in Philly too. So, but they're gearing up for the Hall of Fame.
Oh, that's right. The Hall of Fame is that night too. So actually, I'll be up actually watching that.
And I think, like, honestly, it's going to be one of those things where they'll have the Battle Royal. There will be very little storyline progression because everything's already set.
You know what, guys? We're probably gonna do the Hall. We're probably, I'm gonna say maybe do a thing of the Hall of Fame, but maybe not. Who knows? Whatever. Anyway, yeah.
If anything interesting happens in the Hall of Fame, then maybe we'll talk about it as part of the WrestleMania review, which tentatively, tentatively, I don't know if that's going to be Sunday night after WrestleMania, because we do both work Monday, or if we're gonna have to double up on Monday. I don't know.
Monday.
We'll
No, we'll
hash it
find
out.
out. We'll hash it out.
Yeah, we'll hash out those details. Anyways, go find us on YouTube, DA Wrestling Podcast. Um, Socials, DA Sports Podcast on Instagram, DA Sports Pod on X. Go find us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever you find your podcasts, except for iTunes. And then, yeah, he is a Purcell 1982 on Instagram, Android DA Sports on TikTok, ID Lines 1991 on X. We'll catch you down the road.
By the way, thank you for all the news, a couple of the new subscribers on the YouTube channels. Thank you very much, much appreciated. Keep on doing that, guys. We love you very much. Thank you very much. All the best to you. Shapoopy.